big fella.
Yup. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be like, there you go. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be like, there you go. Ooh, I just come and put the hinges in their hand. Counting bitches while we meet and make them shake my other hand. Millie rockin', scooping all the blessings on my lap. Bitch, I know you tried to cheat, you should've never took a nap. Hey, what's wrong with you? What you were thinking? Fuck you thought it was. You talk that make a lame ass nigga fall in love. Not me though, bitch, you can keep those from.
Woo! And we are back at it once again, everybody. And you don't want no problems with us. What's going on, guys? This is the Jet and Mike podcast show. And today, Jet, first and foremost, we've taken a very, very long hiatus.
Yeah, man, we had to get some stuff done. We had to get some stuff taken.
Jet, what we been doing? Tell them.
Man, we've been running promotions department here.
Hey.
It's been a challenge, but it's been.
So basically, we took a break for like half the summer, man. We haven't done a single podcast for like half the summer, but I think things are finally starting to get into place now. So we are able to lend our voice talents and our opinions back to our listening audience.
For sure.
And first, I don't know about Jet, but I want to tell y'all I missed you.
Yeah. You know.
So, and of course, today is Labor Day weekend, so I was able to pull him from writing stories and talking about the things that's going on, Hot Topics of UIS. We got one of their top analysts and writers for their newspaper, The Journal.
The top.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. The top analyst for
Get it right.
For UIS's The Journal. Welcome everybody to the set, Alex Camp.
What up?
Credentials, man. I like that.
Yeah, man.
That's
He's
a nice little introduction.
Yeah, man. He's definitely got the credentials, dog. If nothing else, like I said, people know about the kid.
That's what's up.
So, guys, there's only one way we know how to do this, and that is talking about the hottest, most trending subjects that's going on right now in the world. And what is the top trending subject right now in the world? Always one of them. No, not the election. But we're going to be talking about Colin Kaepernick sitting during the National Anthem and then progressing that sitting to kneeling now. So now he kneels instead of sitting out the National Anthem. Jed, I'm going to give it to you first and foremost. What are your thoughts on him sitting, and how did that affect you?
I personally sit. I say keep doing it. And for one reason and one reason only. Whether you agree with what he's doing or whether you disagree with what he's doing, he's protesting something that he feels strongly about, and he's doing it in a peaceful manner. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when all the rioting and the looting and all that was going on, there was this big uproar. You need to learn how to protest in peace.
True. Very true.
And so is that not what he's doing? But now everybody's got a problem with that. There's no gray area there. There's no medium. How can he meet you halfway? He's doing So I think just like with the after the whole Dylan Roos situation in South Carolina, when there was the big uproar about the Confederate flags and all that and flying them and that.
Mm-hmm.
And the big argument there was, it's my First Amendment right as an American to be able to fly this flag no matter what it means to somebody else. He's got the First Amendment right to do this. Case in point.
As Jethro drops the mic, we're going to take it over to our guest. Alex, what do you think about the situation?
Well, when I first heard him speak out on it, that was the first thing that came to my mind. He's exercising his constitutional right. And this is coming from somebody, who took 4 years of a military academy, and every day we actually played in the band, and we would play Star Spangled Banner. So I have undeniable respect for that flag and that song. Now, if you really want to get technical, if you get to that third verse of that song, because everybody knows the first verse, but that third verse mentions slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like I said, that's a conversation in and of itself.
And why do you think that you never hear that third stanza, the third verse, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
True, very true.
So all in all, the fact that he's getting all this criticism of what he said and not the problems that he was talking about validates everything he was talking about in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was actually, he shot out a tweet. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and the tweet said something to the extent of, I wonder how much progress we would have if the media paid more attention to the issues of why I'm sitting out from the national anthem versus me actually sitting out from the national anthem.
Exactly.
I'm going to go ahead and read you guys his statement. This comes as Colin Kaepernick's latest refusal. He says, I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. He said, to me, this is a bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder. Colin Kaepernick, of course, referring to the ongoing issues between African Americans and cops in America that has only heightened this summer.
If you guys saw, I think, was it San Francisco Police, I think, police department, correct me if I'm wrong, the chief of police or whoever put out a statement saying that they were thinking about boycotting the games or something like that.
Right.
And I hear this thing constantly about people are always like, well, think about all the men and women in uniform that you're disrespecting. And when you think about it, again, it's like the national anthem wasn't written specifically for the military, right? It wasn't specifically to pay homage to the military. It represents, if we can all agree, it represents that we're supposed to be free, and this is supposed to be, we can do what we want. We can do as we please. I mean, to an extent, obviously. But,
exactly.
But with that being said, so then on the same, when you think about it like that, if I'm in the military, I'm disgraced that I'm fighting for a country like that. Mm-hmm. Not disgraced, but to, you know what I mean? I shouldn't use such a harsh word, but I mean, like, that should raise a question to me that I'm fighting for a country that this is going on. And the fact that, not only the fact that it's going on, but the fact that we keep trying to sweep it under the rug and compare and contrast with other things that have happened. Like, we can't confront it, and we can't seriously sit down and talk about it as a serious topic, because we're just whining, or we're trying to play victim. But at what point are we going to face reality and understand that this is actually happening?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. There is, if I can interject for a second, I've talked to countless people about this, and there is a serious disconnect and serious distrust between the whole United States law enforcement and African Americans. Mm-hmm. I think we can all agree there.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to any hood, not neighborhood, any hood,
yeah,
where it's predominantly African American,
mm-hmm,
you're going to see black people saying, excuse my language, fuck the police. We don't trust the cops. And you hear it all the time, you know? In your worst neighborhoods and in some of your not so bad neighborhoods, you know? They don't trust the police. And it's even sunk into, you know, the artists, the musical artists, you know. I won't say athletes. I've heard athletes say fuck the police, but I mean even the musical artists. And I'm not talking about NWA. I'm talking about recent artists like Chris Brown, who just said fuck y'all, fuck the police, you know. with the whole issue that happened with him and the girl trying to break into his house. So what we're seeing here is a disconnect and distrust from police because of so many years of mistreatment by the police, in certain areas that it's spread.
I think the part that bothers me the most is how people are like, oh, well, just because that happened to that dude, that happened in South Carolina, like, you shouldn't, like, why are you so mad about it? And it's like, but when you think about it, that dude in South Carolina, at one point, he was just another random dude walking around in the United States of America.
And in the same token, there was no outrage when there was a picture of him with a burning flag.
You see what I'm saying? And so with that being said, it's like, we got situations like this where you say, well, you don't even know him. You shouldn't even, like, that's unfortunate for his situation. No, it's not, because at one point he was just a random person just like I am now. I could be next. My brother could be next. My mom could be next. Your brothers and sisters could be next. So it's, when you think about it like that, how there's no way you can tell me that we don't have the right to be upset, that we don't have the right to be angry, and that we don't have a right to protest and stand up for what's right. Because we are being treated unfairly in certain situations, and I'm not going to place a label like all cops are bad, because I don't believe that.
No, me neither.
I don't believe that at all.
Me neither.
I'll be on the record saying that I don't believe. But just like when you say on the other end of things with civilians, and you've got thugs and you got this and that, not every civilian is fine and dandy and shit.
You can go ahead and say it, Jet. Not every black person is a thug.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying people in general. I'm general because when it comes down to it, well, the reason why I say it like that, because when it comes down to it, a group of idiots is a group of idiots, no matter whether they're in uniform, no matter whether they're just like me and you with a 9 to 5. An idiot is an idiot. So the person who shot the cops in, what was that, Dallas or whatever?
Fort Worth,
idiot. Yeah. The cops that are out here just killing people with no guns and their hands up and not doing anything or running away from them, or sitting in a car not doing in front of his child and his girlfriend. Idiots. Idiot is an idiot through and through.
Right. And I think it's to the point now where the cops are fearing for their lives because of the fact that, so many people, are like, fuck the police. I mean, and this is just thinking about it from the cop side, and they're just like, we don't side with the police. We don't mess with the police or whatever have you, So the cops are closer to pulling the trigger now because they're nervous, I feel like, in a sense. But then I also do feel like at the same time, because, I mean, like I said, I can say firsthand, I've been racially profiled many a times. I mean, especially driving, so much so I was driving down in one of the more rural areas past Springfield when you're heading down to St. Louis. And I got so scared that a cop was following me, I jumped the median.
Wow.
And like the cop, like to his credit, the cop, he did flash his lights, stopped me. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled me over, and he was talking to me though. Like, he was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "Buddy, I wasn't stopping you because I was gonna, I wasn't following you because I was gonna stop you. I was following you, because I was going into town. I didn't stop you, I didn't following you because I wanted to stop you. I was trying to, profile you or anything like that. So that just goes to show you, it's on their minds just as much as it's on ours.
Exactly. Exactly. And there are plenty of great cops out in this world, and I've been pleasure to know some of them.
We work with some of them.
Out by some, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, so I get it on both sides of it, but an idiot is an idiot.
Right.
And that's just what it is. And we gotta, as a society, we gotta start sifting out the idiots. And by that I mean we gotta just stop letting their opinion matter.
Right.
We have to.
Right.
Because there are too many people in this world that think the same and think this logically. It's crazy. I don't know.
I think Colin Kaepernick's protest, his peaceful protest, is thought-provoking, and it forces America, because remember, Colin Kaepernick is, was one of America's favorites, a couple years ago, especially back when he was having those great QB years, and the 49ers were really, really in the spotlight. I mean, that's died down a little bit, but, he was one of their favorites. And but if I'm not mistaken, Colin Kaepernick has white parents too. Yeah. And like I said, so I mean, it's he's kind of being rejected a little bit by the black community, which I don't understand, because they're like, how do you know the struggle? You have white parents, And like I said, which is, again, we're speaking to those idiots.
To the idiots, exactly. It's like you got somebody of a situation that wasn't raised like you are, still trying to, help your situation and help what could be your potential situation, and you're talking down on them. So it's like, again,
and that was the same situation, and that was the same rhetoric that you found when at the BET Awards. I think his name was Jesse Williams.
Yeah.
And like I said, in that conversation, and that's, you can just dial that to another to colorism, where you have dark-skinned African Americans being resentful of light-skinned African Americans.
Yeah.
And like I said, the whole going back to what you were saying, it's nothing but idiots.
Yeah.
Because we're all on the same side, and not even just blacks staying together.
Right.
People who are against this kind of shit.
Yeah. Because if you don't know anybody that's been in the streets or been what I'm saying, that could be a victim of that, then a police officer that could be a victim of that, vice versa.
Right.
Of this Dallas, you know what I mean? Which all boils down to, all of this as a whole could be easily avoided if those that disagree just agree to disagree and keep it pushing. I mean, I know we're human and that it's too simple, but I'm just saying that,
that would make things too easy. It'd be too easy.
But I guess my final say is, I think the protest is valid, and I say keep sitting. I say keep sitting.
Bert?
Same thing. Continue to exercise your constitutional right.
He more than likely, a lot of teams aren't going to, mess with him like that anymore. And on top of that, he'll have his fair share of issues. I'm sure, because a lot of people think what he's doing is crappy. And a lot of people disagree with what he's doing. And they think, like I said, but and they think that what he's doing is disrespectful, as well. But again, it is his constitutional right. Just like you can wave that Gadsden flag, just like you can wave the Confederate flag if you feel like here in America, he has the right to sit the national anthem.
And that's my thing, and that's all I ask, is even if you disagree with what he's doing and you think that it's stupid and you think that it's disrespectful to the men and women and to you as an American and all that, just, be hurt by it. But also keep in mind that we wanted to let them exercise their constitutional right to fly Confederate flags, no matter how offensive or disrespected anybody may have felt about it. So,
right.
I just asked that nobody has to be right, just be fair. But with that being said, Colin, keep sitting, but you need to work on that arm, because y'all, boy, you done failed me in fantasy many a times, brother. I can't even roll the dice on this year. I think I'll pick up Mariota before I pick him up.
That's funny.
All right.
All right. Well, Bert, any last thoughts, comments?
Ditto.
Well, we thank you guys for this thought-provoking talk, and we're gonna dive more into subjects like this. Guys, be looking out, be checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube. Like I said, we're gonna dive into more topics like this. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, especially with election season coming up. Bert, we definitely gotta have you back. Like I said, to dive into some more of the issues we got going on. We're also going to have some more special guests.
Maybe we can try to see get a Facebook Live one going on a political show. Maybe get AJ in here.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Aaron Mulvey, calling you out. Let's tag AJ in this so that he sees it. AJ, we're calling you out. You, Birdman, political friendly debate, maybe. There's a little teaser there. I like that. Let's make that the headline.
There you go.
Eyes, man. Oh, there was also one more thing that I wanted to say.
What?
I forgot though. All right. I forgot. That's crazy.
Well, on that note, happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. Make sure that you like, share, and comment on this post. We want to know if you have questions, you have concerns. If you want to just voice your opinion, we want you to be heard. This is the show for the people, by the people. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great week.